Hello, everybody. Ori Spado, the accidental gangster, coming back to you today for the second time live. Hmm. Let's get some people in here so I can begin talking, folks. I don't do two live shows normally in a day, but this Guthrie case and what Donald Trump's doing in Iran, really, I got to talk about it. You might agree, you might not agree. I want to hear your thoughts on it. So, I says we got three people here, nobody writing me here. Okay? Folks, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Help me out. Ladia, I look handsome? Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. There's my buddy Agent Orange. Folks, this thing's getting crazier and crazier. What do you think? Huh? What's going on in this world we're living in? Island from California. We got a Los Angeles. I hope you're from the Los Angeles area. It's funny, I don't meet many people here from Los Angeles. Huh? I pray for the youth. Hello, Fawn Schreimer. How are you, honey? Glad to see you here. All right, folks, we're getting some people. I didn't print nothing out. Okay, I got nothing. Between Malibu and Santa Barbara. Well, that's not far from me. Okay, I live in Beverly Hills, Island. So let me know if you're in the neighborhood. Let's have coffee. What do you think? Okay? Folks, let's talk about Nancy Guthrie again. Huh? But before I do, Savary, no, I did not ever meet Robert Duvall. I met him, but it's not like I knew him. Okay, I met him at the Four Seasons one time. Okay, uh, we had a few words. That was it. That was a long time ago. But it's not like I knew him personally. You know what I mean? Uh, it's not like I knew Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and a lot of others. I knew them personally. There's a difference. But folks, they keep showing that guy that went to the camera and now Google Catcher and now TMZ received a 14 email demanding money for somebody that said they saw her in Mexico with other people and that she was okay. Now somebody's writing them and wants money when there is already $100,000 reward. And that's what he's asking for. Why is he calling TMZ? Okay? He should be going to the FBI with the information. So he's either full of shit, huh? Thank you, Mandy, huh? Thank you for coming, honey. Anyways, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, that's Sheriff Nano, he has declared that the entire family, all right, is has been cleared of everything. That's Pima County Sheriff. This is the guy that screwed up that investigation. They walked all over everything. He didn't. He should have shut that place down, had yellow tape around for a couple mile radius, and not allow anybody in there. But he didn't do it. And now he's doing that. He's saying they're clear. But folks, everybody forgets. The FBI are investigating also. And they're not telling everybody everything what they're doing. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and hit that goddamn like button, okay? Hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing, okay? Come on, folks, let's hit that like button and let's get my likes up there, okay? Let's get this to 100 likes. Can you folks do something for me? Because I come here giving you my time. It's got to be worth something, all right? I don't know why. It's amazing. I look at other guys; they got half the views, and they get more like. Folks, if you don't like what I say, give me a thumbs down. You got that option. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just look there on your phone or your computer, and you can do it. It's not that hard, folks. I just don't know why people just come and they want everything free in this goddamn world today. Nobody wants to work. And see when I start talking about hitting that like button, you see how people leave? Okay? Well, we didn't want them anyway, did we? So, anyways, we don't know what the FBI is doing. We don't know what information the FBI has. But you know the TMZ is working closely on that information they're getting in those letters. And there's going to be some telltale. Eh? Yeah, folks, I got to start demanding for people to hit the like button. You know, I'm willing to give up my time and come here. You think I make money? Okay. I don't make no money here on YouTube. All right. I don't make enough money to go to the grocery store here. Okay. And it's free. And plus, if they don't like me, they could hit that down button. Okay. I don't care which one they hit, as long as they hit one of them. Wanderer, oh my God, my friend the Wanderer, hit that thanks button. Wanderer, I love you. Always come through. You're wonderful. All right, folks, there is a thanks button down there. You want to help me out? Hit that thanks button. Okay? For the FBI are a lot better at investigating, all right, than the local sheriff. They got more time, more manpower, more equipment. They got so many things that the local, you gotta remember, the local cops still gotta do their daily duties, all right? Handling 911 calls, okay, emergency calls, all right? They gotta handle that there. And they only got so many people. The FBI has sent in over 100 people there. Huh? I tell you, Mr. B4, thank you. You're new here. I hope you hit that subscribe button, my friend. Okay, and welcome to my family here. You will find out I got the best family on YouTube here. All right, so why are they dealing with TMZ? TMZ is not going to pay them anything. So I don't believe that there. And we're still waiting for the DNA to come back from, I think it's Quantico, the FBI headquarters. Uh, yes, I eat pasta. Of course I do. Uh, and folks, don't you know that I got the Gangster Squad? You could join my membership there. You know, why do I got people don't look and they don't do things and I don't know what's wrong. Michael, their DNA, I don't know. They think they're going to get DNA on that glove and hopefully it'll lead them someplace. It's a good possibility. And what they're trying to do is figure out who that guy was that went to that camera at Nancy Guthrie, try to put flowers on it and all that, did those idiotic moves. I don't know if he did that intentionally or not. You know, we don't know anything about the inside of the house. We don't know nothing. Was her bed made? Okay, was she in bed sleeping when they went in and got her? We don't know none of that. All right? I haven't heard a thing about the inside of the house. But you know, the FBI's got more information. And I got to admit, folks, I've been investigated by every police department and law enforcement around. And I could assure you, the FBI is much better than anybody else. Okay? That Sheriff Nano, you see his history? All right, he was accused of stealing money from the city, all sorts of things. But yet he's still the sheriff. So there's definitely something wrong there. So anyway, and you know, Harvey Levin for TMZ, he gets those notes, he sends them to the FBI. That's what he's supposed to do. All right? Sophia, we'll talk about ICE. They're protesting here in Los Angeles again. Now they're in Los Angeles looking for immigrants. So we'll get to Donald Trump. Let's talk about Donald Trump. Who are we as the United States that we got to put our nose in other countries' businesses? Okay? What's Iran done to us? We don't know what they've done to us. Okay? Why do we, as the United States, tell them they can't have nuclear power? He's not telling China and Russia they can't have it. Okay? There's no deal yet. They got Rubio in, where is he? Somewhere, other country negotiating. And he said it's almost impossible to make a deal with Iran. All right? And Trump has sent other warships, airplanes. Don't, folks, I wouldn't be surprised if we woke up tomorrow morning and we find out that Trump bombed Iran. All right, that he sent missiles over there. Hi, Hugo. Ty. Yeah, Ty, the whole world might end, and okay, might end in nuclear war. It's not going to be a pleasant war, that's for sure. It's not going to be like the war that we know about that happened in the past with boots on the ground. Okay? I got to be honest, folks. Why Trump go in and take Maduro, who they got him from Venezuela? What are we doing? What are we doing for Venezuela right now? We took their oil, we took their leader, so he was a dictator. Was Trump going to go in every country and take out every dictator? Okay? Eric, I answered that question before. I served with the 25th Infantry Division under General Westmoreland, 1963 to 1966. Okay? I voted for Trump. I said that a million times. I'm very unhappy with him. Very unhappy with him and his entire cabinet. Okay? I think Rubio's trying to do a good job, but they're all ass kickers. They all doing things to try to get closer to Trump. All right? Don't they realize that the people that get closer to the Trump are the first ones to go? He gets rid of? Yeah. Kulada, you're right. Much better than Kamel Harris. Was that her name? All right. Much better. Imagine where we'd be if she was. But folks, this is, you know what happens right now? What's happening with the terrorists? You're going to see all your prices going up in the grocery stores again. All right? I would not vote for Gavin. Get out of there. Okay? No way, Dwight. All right? Are you serious? Oh my God. Yeah, the Cuban missiles. John Kennedy handled that very well and very quickly. I remember that there. I was 17 years old. All right? Dwight, why would you think I would vote for Gavin Newsom? All right? Have you taken the tours with me that I go around Los Angeles? I show you all the stores, okay, all the restaurants that had to shut down. All right? People can't stay in business in California. And you know what? I watch some of these other channels with the younger kids, and they're talking about Los Angeles is not like it was when they knew it. Los Angeles is nothing like what I knew when I came here. Okay? Yeah, people got to be told. People are used to being told. Okay? You're right, Coolad. All right? Am I saying your right name for not? Am I correct in it? Saying it correctly? I hope I am. You know, I'm sitting here, folks. This is my recliner chair. Okay, this is where I sit most of the time, and this is where. Okay, and if I could do that, I stay here hours with you folks and talk about anything. So all day yesterday, all day today, investigators are waiting the glove for the DNA results. Quite honestly, I think the FBI already has the results. They're just not sharing them. They don't want to share anything with this sheriff because he likes to go on TV and start telling everybody everything. Okay? Because he wants to be the hero on this. But then again, Sheriff Nanos is the guy that said this is going to take many years to sell. Why would he say that? Why would he say it's going to take many years? Huh? Does he know something that we don't know? Hmm? Folks, these were not professional kidnappers. If they were professional, they would have taken her phone, she had her pacemaker to be monitored. They would have brought that. They would have brought all her meds. They would have brought professionals would have done that. You know, man, I told Mandy a story. She said, you got to tell everybody this story. Okay? Folks, you ever heard, you know who J. Paul Getty is? All right, for those of you who never heard, you know, back in my early days, there were only three billionaires in the world: Howard Hughes, J. Paul Getty, and a Greek magnate, guy from Greece. Only three billionaires at that time. This is before technology, before all this crap that we have today. That's going to be the ruination of the entire world. Okay? But J. Paul Getty's son went to Italy and they kidnapped him over there, the Androgata, which happens to be the Calabrian Mafia. Okay, it's called the Androgata. They captured him and they wanted $3.3 million. And J. Paul Getty was not going to pay it. Refused. And they said, we're serious. J. Paul Getty would not pay it. So what they did, they showed proof of life. They cut off his ear and mailed his ear to J. Paul Getty. And he says, for every day that goes by, we're going to cut off the other ear and we'll start cutting more and more. And we'll send them back to you in pieces. Well, of course, the whole family went to J. Paul, said you got to pay. You know what J. Paul Getty did? He checked to see how much would be tax deductible. The amount to be paid would be tax. Most he could have paid to be tax deductible was $2.2 million. So he says, I'll pay that. But the balance I'm giving to you as a loan. Yeah, the balance of one, what's the difference? 2.2, all right, $1.1 million he was given to his son as a loan, and he had to pay 4% interest. Folks, that's a true story. You can Google it, it's right there to tell you, okay? But, they caught all the guys involved, every one of them. And there was, I don't know, 5 or 6 guys. Two ended up going to prison, and the others got acquitted. Okay, they didn't have enough evidence, but they had enough on two, and 99% of the people who kidnap somebody get caught. And you know what they get caught by? The FBI, not the local officers of the sheriff's department. All right, it's the local officers, folks. Folks, please subscribe to my channel, okay? All right, come on, let's hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button. If you don't like me, hit the thumbs down button. I don't care what button you hit, but hit one of them. Folks, it don't cost you a penny. Did I ask you for any money for it to do that? All right, come on, let's get me to 100 likes at least, okay? Ah. They got the helicopters going around over there. I saw we see how they the helicopter because they got what they call a sniffer, and they with that there they could find Nancy Guthrie's uh, pacemaker. Guess what? They haven't found it. And maybe that person that wrote the TMZ saying that he saw them in Mexico, maybe he's right. And then I'm going to stick by what I said earlier today for those who were here. I don't think she's alive. And she might have died from a heart attack on her own accord. They might not have done anything. And if that happened, then any plans that these people had, if they had a plan, I don't even know if they had a plan. Doesn't look like it, but if they did, and she died, that would have messed up their whole plans. Now they end up with a dead body. So what are they going to do with a dead body? What would any of you do? You got to bury it someplace. You got to get rid of it someplace. So more than likely, they bury it. Don't forget, the border is only a 1 hour drive from Tucson, Arizona. 1 hour. They could have just drove into Mexico. Mr. Boston, come back east, huh? How you doing, Mr. Boston? Great to see you, buddy. Aye, how are you? I'm glad you came here. Aye, San Francisco. Just a YouTubian. I used to live in San Francisco. Was so great up there. Unbelievable. I loved it. I heard it has changed. They said I would not recognize it. Alright? Hi, surfboard, how are you? So, folks, are we getting tired of this Nancy Guthrie thing? Okay? I don't want to see Savannah. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I never watched Savannah. She was a newscaster. So apparently, somebody told me, Mandy, who was, I think, told me she was number one on the Today Show. I guess I never watched the Today Show. Alright? A lot of you old people out there, Colada. Alright? Come on, folks, keep hitting that like button. Okay? Keep hitting that like button. Alright? And subscribe. I haven't checked my membership. Mandy, has anybody joined the membership yet for $4.99? What is it? $4.99 a month. All right, Tim from Germany, how are you? I've been to Munich, great city. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the sheriff is saying the family's out of it, but I don't believe that sheriff anything he says. All right, 1960. I'm going through it. Aqua. You know Aqua? Do you know the meaning of respect? You still hear Aqua where? Okay? Looks like a young person who's never learned respect. Okay? If you don't like listening to me, Aqua, okay? Aquari, where, whatever your name is, you could leave. All right? You don't have to be here. So you must enjoy what I'm saying. Must like it. Hmm? Yes, Colada, there was a movie on the kidnapping of J. Paul Getty. Yes, check it out. It's got to be out there someplace. All right? Wonder, you're great. I love you. Yeah, Michael, the Civil War. Hit that thanks button. Come on, folks. All right? Can you help me over here? All right? Come on. Let's get 20 something more likes here, folks. Get me to 100 here. Okay? I Those sides, that's a good question. Do I think they'll find Nancy? I personally think Nancy is no longer with us. Okay? And will they find? Folks, they gotta find one person. If they could link one single person, they could probably flip that person to become an informant. And then they'll get the rest. That's how the FBI operates. So they got to get that one person. All right? Come on, folks. Keep going with those like buttons. All right? We're up to 87. Can you get me to 100? Okay, let's get to 100, folks. Keep going. Hitting that like button. If you hitting that, folks, if you haven't hit that like button, why? Leave me a comment on why you don't like it. Okay? Because you had the option to hit the like button or hit the thumbs down that you don't like. It's your choice. I don't care which one you hit. Okay? So let's get it moving, folks. Come on. You know, I could be in my pajamas relaxing right now watching a movie. But, alright? Round two of the U.S. Iran talks in Geneva. Marco Rubio. I'm in Geneva with real ideas to achieve a fair. Yeah, it might be fair to you, but if Donald Trump don't like it, it don't mean nothing. All right? Don't mean nothing. See, Bam Bondi, understand? Okay? Every other word. President Trump. President Trump. Without President Trump. Yeah. Folks, if it wasn't for President Trump, none of us would be born. He wants to take credit. He wants his name to be put on Penn Station, New York. He wants his name, everything renamed after him. Come on, folks. Come on. Let's do some more like share. We're getting close to 100. Okay? We're at 96. Do I have 4 people here that hit that like button? All right? Come on. 3. 3. That's all I need. 3 more. Let's get it to 100. And why do I got to ask and tell people to hit that like button? I go and I watch you. I watch more YouTube than I watch TV nowadays. All right? And I like the show. I like it. If I don't, I'll give it a thumbs down. But you know what? I always show my respect because that person had to put some thought into what they were going to come out here and say. They had to do research. Okay? Now, on this subject today, I didn't have to do a lot of research. I come here and I give you my thoughts. So, folks, subscribe, like, and share. I want to thank you, folks. We did get to 104 here. Okay? Wanderer, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm in a rare mood today, folks. I got a lot of comments that people are sick and tired of hearing about Nancy Guthrie. But you know who's happy? Diddy. Diddy must be happy because I don't see anybody talking about him in the news. Do you folks see anybody? He's either happy or he's upset that he got replaced with an 84-year-old woman. He's probably upset knowing how egotistical he is. So you folks, you want me to start talking about Diddy again? Do you like stories about Diddy? Let me know because people were getting sick and tired of him. Alright? So folks, do what you gotta do. Help me grow my channel. Subscribe. Hit that hype button. A lot of people have been hitting that hype button. Okay? Taxi, you might be right. She got frightened. God damn, if I saw that guy come to my door dressed the way he was, I'd be frightened. Okay? But before I open the door, I make sure I had a piece with me. Okay? Thank you, Tex, for sharing that. Okay, Fion, what's going on in the news stream? Cutie Pie, how are you? Kevin, Angela. Yeah, Wonder, you agree with me? She's not with us no longer. If she was with us, the kidnappers would have made a demand with the family. Yeah, well, Dick Van Dyke turned 100 years old last night, and he's still tap dancing. God bless, folks. All right? Don't count us old people out, okay? Don't count us out. We're still here. Thank the Lord, I'm still here. I thank the Lord every morning. Jesus is the truth. All right? He did die on the cross to pay for our sins. Thank you, Burger Sleuth, for that. Folks, I hope this helped some of you, and thank you all for coming today. Tomorrow morning, I gotta go to court. I'm gonna be up early in the morning because I gotta be there at 8:30, and it's out in the valley. So I'm gonna say good night to you all. All my love and respect to you all. Take care, folks. Have a good evening. Be safe, please.